Last time I got a list, told me to go find an ID 10T phone from admin. Bastards. Welcome back to Jarhead Basement. Tonight we're talking about
war movies.
War movies. Me and Galloway's top 5 choices of all time on war movies, but nothing old, right? We said nothing old like
Like modern war, right? Modern warfare. So we'll say Revolutionary War. The present.
Forward, yeah, but nothing like.
I would still consider that modern warfare in the history of the world.
Oh, right, but we're not talking about like anything like with the Crusades or anything, or
right.
Nothing medieval or
Troy.
We're not talking about Braveheart or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
Troy.
I almost included that, but I was like, that's a little far back. That's a whole other video.
We obviously both served in the Marine Corps. My aspect changed on watching military movies after I was in and out. So my list
100%.
changed probably. I mean, you're not going to find Under Siege on this list.
No,
Steven Seagal does not save the world every time. So
yeah.
So that's one that's
Commando. Commando also doesn't really make the cut.
Commando.
What was the one with Van Damme and Lundgren? Cyborgs.
Universal Soldier.
Which is a decent action movie, but I think that's all that is. We each picked our top 5 with one honorable mention. So you want to kick us off with your honorable mention?
My honorable mention it's more of a war drama, but I really loved the aspect of the storytelling, and all the characters in it, all the actors and stuff were well placed. God damn it. No, I can't remember the movie or remember the name of it. Sebastian Stan's in it, and he's trying to find out. Everybody in this unit that was in Vietnam is trying to get this airman a Congressional Medal of Honor.
Oh, is that Hacksaw Ridge?
No, it's like...
Before we started this, Casey did tell me he was ready to go.
Shut that.
Did you not tell me that?
I said I'd wing it.
I'm pretty close. I got it narrowed down.
The Last Full Measure.
I don't think I've even seen that one. When did that come out?
It's really good, actually. 2019, just last year. You got Ed Harris. You got William Hurt. You got Samuel L. Jackson. You got Sebastian Stan, who played the Winter Soldier. Sebastian. A lot of people don't know who Sebastian Stan is, but
yeah, I know who he is.
He was in The Martian and everything. But no,
Covenant.
Yeah, he was real young. He was the snooty dipshit kid in that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's one of the few I haven't seen. My honorable mention is Tigerland, starring Colin Farrell.
That is one I actually I forgot about, but
yeah, I think a lot of people do, and not so much for the war aspect of it, but the story it's telling about what he did to help his fellow soldiers, fellow man.
Yeah, and then it ended up at the end, he stayed in.
Yeah,
but of all the shit he tried to do to get out, and he ended up.
But he ended up helping all those other guys not literally go face the death penalty. At that time,
what's his name? Clifton Collins
Jr.
Loved him in that.
Great movie. I think Colin Farrell got a bad rap there for a while of being the hard to work with actor who was too into himself. But man, I got to say, there's not much he did that I didn't enjoy, and that one to me was one that went well under the radar for the level of performance he gave.
I guess the one reason why that one fell off the radar for me was because there actually isn't any part of that movie that's in country.
That's fair. We didn't have that stipulation.
Right, but I'm just saying why I didn't even remember. I mean, I obviously watched the movie and love the movie, but I don't.
Yeah.
Right, it's all stateside. It's their training, right? Before.
Yeah, it's them training. I think they were somewhere in one of the Carolinas doing the training.
Yeah, it was some swamp-ridden shithole, like, a lot of the East Coast Marines probably know about.
But yeah, all us Hollywood Marines, we don't know nothing about that.
No, we were dry and didn't have sand fleas, but we had Mount Motherfucker.
That's
I'm a
right.
mock cooker for life.
Yeah, I'll take that over fleas any day. All right, so give me your number 5.
Number 5, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for this because people are going to scream, "Well, what about Platoon?" But
My Vietnam movie was not Platoon.
The Mel Gibson movie, We Were Soldiers. That has
that one literally was my number 4, but I also said I can't have 4 Mel Gibson movies on here, so I'm gonna make sure there's one.
But the reason being that, of course, for one, you got Sam Elliott in there. Great part.
Yeah, Sergeant Major. Good morning, Sergeant Major.
The what really sold me on it was Mel Gibson's performance was almost like a John Wayne character. I almost had like a Green Berets feel when I watched it.
Yeah.
Barry Pepper's character, the journalist.
In my opinion, Barry Pepper made that movie.
He did, and the movie is actually based off of the collaboration of the two writings of both of them in real life. The character Barry Pepper plays and Hal Jordan.
The book, We Were Soldiers Once.
You got a bunch of people know. You got young Ryan Hurst before Sons of Anarchy days. You got, Chris Klein, who was only in this and the fucking American Pie movies.
Yeah, basically. But he really did a good job. You had who was the Lumpkin, the sergeant that get cut off from the rest of the platoon?
That was Ryan Hurst. He was in Remember the Titans, and he was
yeah.
He played Opie in the Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, he wasn't he?
Yep. You got Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear is the chopper pilot.
Snake shit. Yeah.
Yep.
He only flies lower than snake shit.
And that scene where he loses his shit on the other pilots when he flies back to camp.
Yep.
And they're washing the blood out of his chopper. Some downtime.
Oh yeah, but washing all the blood out of the choppers really sunk into him, and what was
right,
going on,
and how important their job was. Yeah, that was a great moment in that movie.
Yeah.
So, mine's not nearly as depressing as We Were Soldiers. My number 5. I'm gonna lighten the mood just a little. Still a war movie in my opinion. Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah. No, I could totally see it. And hey, it's Clint Eastwood.
It's Clint Eastwood. It's Marines. It's Clint Eastwood.
It is Marines. The only besides Clint Eastwood being a hard ass fucking, what was he, a gunny in that?
Yeah.
Besides Clint Eastwood being a hard ass gunny, Mario Van Peebles and all them mother truckers, they were
get him Swede.
There's no way in hell any of these guys were Force Recon Marines.
No, not at all.
I watched it when I was younger, and I was like, "Oh yeah," and that's where I got this idea in my head that I'm like, Force Recon Marines, they just fuck off all day.
But my first Master Sergeant when I first joined the Marine Corps, Master Sergeant, what was his name? Master Sergeant Roberts. No, Robert was his first name. That's gonna kill me. Anyway,
his name was Robert Pauls.
I hate you. But he had the movie poster, and I had never seen Heartbreak Ridge. So he was the reason I watched it, and it was great escapism because I was in a heavy place after joining and then almost immediately deploying. But okay, so give me your number 4.
So my number 4 would be a Desert Storm piece, which would be Jarhead. I can't.
I thought you were going to say Jarhead. Three Kings. I was going to have to kick you across the country.
I would gladly let you. Jarhead is my number 4 spot, and that takes Desert Storm place.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
It was military accurate.
Yeah.
The parts with them playing fucking football in their mop gear. I mean,
we literally did that. Yeah.
You got to experience that. I never did, but
yeah, we didn't play football. I had a football overseas with me, but we actually ended up playing a lot of soccer with like the Czechoslovakian army and stuff, like the guys over there. So
the whole aspect of like, you know, especially the song choice they use when he's going off to boot that. Don't worry, be happy.
So, no joking. My first tour, the 2 albums I had on me were One for All by the Foo Fighters? Was that the name of the?
Oh, is that the one with
All My Life?
yeah. Had a heart, like a
that one
on the cover.
So I had that album, and I had Norah Jones' "Sail Away with Me." Or Fly Away with Me.
Shit.
That was it. And that was it. So
not the Foo Fighters one, the Norah Jones one,
but it's such a weird memory of like I'd have that playing in like my Discman, you know, CD player back in, you know, I think it was 2003 at that point. And then like, you know, we'd get an air raid warning or something, and we'd have to go sit in the bunkers, and I'd just take it with me, have my gas mask on, and be like, "Come fly away with me, little one." So I can totally relate to that "Don't Worry, Be Happy" moment of the Jarhead movie.
But in all reality, you got good cast. You got Jake Gyllenhaal. You got Jamie Foxx as their gunny. I think it was
and I believed him as a gunny.
But you got was it Peter Skarsgård?
Skarsgård, yep.
And then you got Lucas Black in there. And my favorite part of the whole movie, and I quoted it when they're on their flight over, and he's telling that joke, and Peter Skarsgård is going to interrupt, and he goes, "Don't spoil the joke, asshole." And it's just like this really rich, like Texas.
Deep Texas, yeah.
Don't spoil the joke, asshole.
Oh.
And you got, what's his name? You got, he ended up being a little crazy once they got over there when they were burning all the oil fields. He's off of 8 Mile.
Oh, the Cheddar Bob character.
Yeah. I don't remember what his name was.
What is his name?
I don't remember what his name was in Jarhead, but
that's all right.
But yeah, Cheddar Bob is there too, and but the emotion and everything that's shared, and after they get out and everything, and afterwards is that whole thing too was, you know, Peter Skarsgård.
That camaraderie and
I guess we should say spoilers for all these movies. We'll just put it up in the beginning of the video. But and for anybody in the podcast,
anybody who watches our channel or listens to our channel just needs to understand we're going to spoil the shit out of any movie we're talking about. So
basically.
If you're going to get triggered by that, you're not listening to us, because we're already triggering way more people.
We're obviously not.
All right. So
in this episode, we're not talking about anything that's new.
My number 4.
Yep.
Patriot.
Huh?
Patriot. Mel Gibson. Heath Ledger.
You like that movie?
Yeah, come on, it's the Revolutionary War. I wanted to carry a tomahawk with me when I deployed because of that movie.
Yeah.
Look, it's a Mel Gibson war movie.
Well, no, but that doesn't make an excuse. We Were Soldiers was good, and I'm not saying cinematically that The Patriot is bad. I'm just saying that it does the Titanic and the Pearl Harbor thing. That's what I didn't like about it. So you have this. You're focused on this one little family and this one guy and this whole big thing, and then you just plug in little historical things here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I watched it. And it's not that I wasn't entertained. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Come on, the part where the guy we're going to eat the dogs. That part gets me every time. The guy from the militia, after they kidnap the dogs or take the dogs from the British, like,
yeah.
Oh, we're going to eat them. So look, I didn't say
we don't have to agree on everything.
Right. And this was a good movie. And spoiler alert, Pearl Harbor's on my list. Asshole.
Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me?
No.
Here's a spoiler alert for everybody. We never discussed this list before we started shooting this.
So, all right, give me your number 3.
This is news for all of us.
Again, mine aren't in like my favorite order. Pearl Harbor would not be at the spot it is. It was just the first one I thought of. But it's not my favorite. So, My number 3 is Pearl Harbor.
So that's yours? Well, let's
Yeah.
just go with you now, okay?
Yeah.
Since you brought
So
it
my
up.
number 3 is
Your
Pearl
number
Harbor.
3 is Pearl Harbor.
And while I can't say that I would want to bang my best friend's girl after he died, I appreciated the fact that initially he just wanted to be there for her and help take care of her.
That's the most
The
soap
sentiment was
opera
correct.
babbling bullshit I've ever heard about a World War II movie.
Oh, I didn't take it as a World War II movie. I mean, it was the lead-in.
Pearl Harbor? Yeah, that's kind of a World War II movie.
Yes, I know. But to me, that's almost a standalone thing. When if we're going to talk about World War II, you had Pearl Harbor, then we entered the war.
Yeah, but you realize you had one choice for World War II, and you picked Michael Bay's piece of shit Pearl Harbor movie.
Yeah. Michael Bay is a good director, my friend. We are
According to who,
literally
Michael
talking
Bay?
about a Michael Bay movie coming up.
Yeah, his best one. That's it. What else you got? You got Transformer movies out the ass that look like you just threw a photocopy machine through a wood chipper.
Yeah, this one at least this had Josh Hartnett, Kate Beckinsale. Who's the other one? Jamie King was in there. You had
Best person you had playing that whole thing was Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon, Ben Affleck.
The best part you had playing that was Michael Shannon.
Stop correcting me.
maybe you could say that John Voight did a good FDR impersonation.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Give me your number 3. We're plowing through this.
So for World War II, mine's a tie.
No, you don't.
You're gonna have to give me a tie on this.
No.
But I'm gonna use the movie version. The movie. I'll mention it at the end, just because. But Saving Private Ryan is my number 3.
And I would agree that is probably the best World War II movie.
Well, I'm not going to talk about the other one, but my second choice for World War II, it was a tie, was the miniseries The Pacific.
Yeah.
Which was great. As Marines, it covered the Pacific campaign. It was great. That's all I'm saying about the Pacific. We can cover the Pacific in another episode. Yeah. I'm not going to. But Saving Private Ryan was the first that came out with this gritty realism of war.
I would agree.
They covered that D-Day landing like
no tomorrow.
When because I watched that was another one I watched before I joined the Marine Corps, and I was just taken aback by the realism of how they were shooting that thing. I'm like, jeepers cripes. I mean, that's just insane. It was all shot in like this real gray, like just dungy looking film aspect, and everything like that. And you related to the characters. You felt Captain Miller being a school teacher and being over there and being in charge of these men. When he breaks down, when they take that bunker and he goes off by himself and he cries a bit, like you felt that.
Yeah.
Remember when movies used to make you feel things? Remember?
I don't have those emotions anymore.
Yeah, you picked fucking Pearl Harbor.
I got some other ones. No, thanks for giving us Vin Diesel.
He died right away. He had like 3 speaking lines.
That was the best part of the whole movie.
See, that's your part you got against Saving Private Ryan, that Vin Diesel's in it.
Yeah. And Barry Pepper. Barry Pepper was in this movie.
The first fucking town they come to, he's taken out by a sniper. Yeah, Barry Pepper was really good. He was a left-handed shooter in it too, dude. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes. Good. Number 2. Oh. Number 2, Blackhawk Down.
Fuck, I forgot about Blackhawk Down. I don't know why I forgot about that.
That was a great one. Again, that was, for me, that was the first one that got me, really just kicked me in the chest.
Great cast. There's you got even like legends like Sam Shepard in there. You mean you got Orlando Bloom in there
Eric Bana look like a badass?
Yeah, that I thought he was. Man. Kim Coates in there too. I don't know if you noticed that Kim Coates was in there. He was a Delta? He was a Delta guy too.
Yeah.
He's the one that walks out to the target when they're all still shooting, and Josh Hartnett's like, fucking Delta. Because they're still shooting, he just walks out to his target and pulls it off and looks at it.
It was important to me, so
But I
it
don't
was
know if you
making
know
my-
too. There's a young Tom Hardy in that movie.
Yeah.
There's
A
whole
very
bunch-
young Tom
there's
Hardy.
A whole bunch of people in that movie.
Yeah.
Even McGregor.
Well, and he was like I think we relate to that because he was the Pogue.
Yeah, because he's like,
You know?
Can you type private?
Yeah.
But he's out there making coffee out in the field. Tom
All right.
Sizemore before he got fat.
Oh yeah, when he was driving the Humvees.
Well, he was always walking out. He reminded me of that one guy of Kelly's Heroes is just always walking out in fire. Was it Telly Savalas?
Yeah.
He's just always like, there's shit going on around. He just walks up and he's like, you ready to go? And he's just like looking down at the guys. It's like, there's shit going on over and they're just cowering. He's just like, get in the Humvee.
So,
Yeah, I love Tom Sizemore in that movie. The guy that off of your movie, The Patriot, is in there too as that, who's the colonel for the Rangers?
yeah.
When they imitating him, he goes, whoop, you know, and they're imitating him.
Oh, yeah.
Walking up
With the eye. Yeah.
for a good impersonation of me, private or whatever he says. And, whoop.
Give me your number 2.
Stop rushing me, man.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay. So my number 2.
I'm just trying to move us along. You're a long-winded SOB.
So my number 2, Lone Survivor.
Okay, that's my number 1.
We actually agree on one. Or
We found one we
it's
agree
not
on.
that we don't agree on it because we both agree on Blackhawk Down. It's just I forgot about that movie. But yeah, Lone
fair.
Survivor that hits me right in the feels.
I can't watch it. I think I've watched it twice and I haven't made it through either time.
All my emotions about it lead up until Ben Foster dies.
And obviously I've made it through the movie once, just I had to break it up. I can't sit straight through that movie. The last half of that movie, man, there's some real emotional weight still going on.
Oh yeah, there
To
is.
me, that's what the book is about. It's not about losing. I mean, obviously it's about losing his friends, but it's about literally living with the fact, knowing he was the last one. He is the last one. So
yeah,
great
But no,
movie.
it's just that's well casted. It was well acted.
So let's recap. Tigerland was my honorable mention.
Yep.
Heartbreak Ridge,
Yep.
Patriot,
Patriot.
Pearl Harbor, Black Hawk Down, Lone Survivor.
Oh, so I still have to say my number 1.
Yeah, but I'm going to say it for you because I think I know what it is. Let me guess.
Shh. Oh, go ahead.
13 hours.
Yes. That is my number 1. I don't know why I can it is painful to watch, but I can rewatch that movie over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It sucks to watch.
good
Don't get me wrong.
movie.
It's really heartbreaking. It pulls at my
That's another
heartstrings
one
all the time.
Yeah. I've made it through that movie as well, but I have not tried to rewatch it since I completed it.
Kind of goes back to that thing where I said, remember when movies used to make you feel things?
Yeah.
It makes me feel
So-
something. So
What's
I
funny
watched
to me
the
is
movie.
neither one of us, and I'm wearing the guy's hat, right? I'm wearing a Chris Kyle Frogman Foundation hat. Neither one of us said American Sniper.
It's not that I don't like the movie.
Yeah, I agreed.
It was-
I like the movie, but
It was just
When I
more of
think
a
of-
drama,
yeah,
but which is good. I mean, it told the story of Chris Kyle.
very well. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, good picks.
Yeah.
You went a little dark for me. So anyway, I think that can wrap up our
Yeah. Hey,
our
we're
movie.
that was our
lineup.
military movie list.
Godwin's are a little more hardcore, a little more realistic.
Sorry, that's I don't know.
I went for more of the entertainment value found elsewhere route. That's the top 5 war movies from
Yeah, it's 2 Jarheads sitting here
the
talking about
Jarhead Basement crew.
Next list one we're gonna do is westerns, right?
I'm good with that. Let's do westerns next. And hey, if we left a good one off, give us some recommendations. I'm gonna go watch. What was the one I hadn't watched?
The Last Full Measure. They play that kind of a little bit in Jarhead, remember?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, just don't talk about this to this reporter, remember? And he's like, I've jerked off like 3 times a day or something.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up.
All right. We all have fun. He's going to go do something, whatever he's doing, and I'm going to go do whatever I'm doing. So till next time.
We'll get those. I'm going to go get those numbers up.
Look at his face, folks. Look at his face. That's a face only a mother can love.
That's why.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, your mother.
Just huh? My mother?
Huh?
Makes sense.
Yeah. And for Schwabi, it was 113 minutes long. So our podcast about war movies now has to go to 105 minutes. Kiss my ass, Schwabi.